If you're going to make it through a survival situation like alone, you're going to need to be quick on your feet, ready to adjust at any time possible. In that situation, I have 5 items that have multiple worth, or have lots of worth, that are going to increase your chances at survival exponentially. So if you ever catch yourself in the precarious situation in the Thailand jungle with no other person, just you by yourself, and 5 items, I strongly suggest these ones. Me, who am I? All I can say is I've watched over hundreds and hundreds of hours of the Discovery Channel shows such as Naked and Afraid, Man vs. Wild, etc. Also was a Boy Scout in my younger days, and we did quite a few survival tasks. So my items are going to be a hatchet, which is going to be our most used item, a frying pan, 5 pounds of pemmican, 2 pounds of rice, and 1 pound of salt, and the hooks and fishing line. We'll start off by talking about the ever versatile hatchet. We'll be using the hatchet to chop down small trees and other branches and stuff such to build a small shelter for ourselves, either elevated or not, just kind of depending on your surrounding. You'll have to see it and play it out. Also, the hatchet will double as a hammer. You can turn it over to the other side and drive your newly chopped trees into the ground to kind of create a barrier around your campsite. And also, another thing that the hatchet will be able to do is create fire. And you may be looking at me like, how are we going to create fire from a hatchet? How is that even possible? And I'll tell you. So first off, we're going to be using our hatchet to create kindle. What is kindle? Kindle is just essentially finely chopped wood so that we can easily create a fire. And we can also use our hatchet to create tinder. Tinder is just essentially what it is just going to be shaved pieces of wood kind of thing, also to help you create that fire. In 2017, Nick Oatkin, he's the author of many survival books, but one of his most famous books is called Where Hope Remains. He speaks volumes and volumes about the versatility of the hatchet and the handiness and how we don't even know what we can use it for until we're out there and actually living it. So finally, another thing that our hatchet is going to do, if you can get it finely sharpened enough, it would be able to skin game or anything that you'd be able to catch, such as fish. The hatchet's ability, being very, very versatile, like I said, is going to be very key in our survival. Another item that's also very versatile is going to be our frying pan. The frying pan, like the hatchet, like I said, is going to be very versatile. We're going to use it for its obvious reasons, to cook any fish or game that we catch. But other than cooking, we'll also use it to boil water. And you'll might ask me, Ty, how are we going to boil water in a frying pan? I don't know about you, but I've been in hard times, and I've definitely been able to, I could definitely boil enough water for myself at least to drink. But the boiling water won't only be used for drinking. Other things that will be used the boiling water for are going to be some of our next items. But first off, for these next 3 items, they're going to be mainly food items. The first one is going to be 5 pounds of pemmican. And you might, I don't know if you know what pemmican is, but it's a very extremely high caloric food. It was created by the Native Americans, and they deemed it a survival food. It's basically just a bunch of dried meats and fats, and sometimes they would add dried fruits as well, and it could last for years, and some say even decades. So 5 pounds can go a long way. Another thing that I have is going to be 2 pounds of rice. Rice is a great source of carbohydrates, and that's going to increase our energy quite a bit, and that's going to be vital in our survival. In 2019, Emily Crumpleton, who was a registered dietitian, explained that there are about 52 to 53 grams of carbohydrates per cup of rice. Just depends on if you have brown or white. Next item we have as well is going to be the salt. We're going to be using the salt mainly if you want to season your food, but mainly we're going to be using it to preserve any game or fish that we catch by means of salting, which is an ancient practice. Next item is the tools to catch the fish, the hook and the line. We're obviously going to use that to catch our source of food, fish, so I got that. Fish is very high in omega-3 fatty acids, which is going to be vital in promoting brain function and making sure it functions properly. So the choices I've made may seem very arbitrary and very weird, you may say, but I assure you it's going to be very vital that you have enough food. In the food-scarce jungle, these items will play a vital role in your survival. The hatchet, frying pan, pemmican, rice and salt, and fishing tools. So if you ever catch yourself being stuck in that situation, these items will help you survive as long as possible. You may be thinking, I'm just going to be packing on the pounds, but I assure you, it's worth it.